Hello YouTube, this is kaiba1234, leader of Double X Deviants, and today I'm going to be showing you my Chaos Zombie deck. This is not my channel. My channel is made by one of my good friends. My channel is kaiba1234. So be sure to subscribe to it. Subscribe to this one too. And Double X Deviants is my dueling group. Alright, so Pyramid Malevolent Mech Goku ends because he's good because you can special summon him with Pyramid Turtle or revive him with Mizuki. He's a light. And you could normal summon it without tributing, so you could Plague Spreader it instantly, or you could summon it and swap it to your opponent, so they take 24. Or you can swing for game maybe with it. Chaos Sorcerer, because since this deck has a lot of lights and darks, it's pretty useful, and the fact that you get a free Karma card every turn is also really, really useful too. Cyber Dragon, because it's a level 5 and light, and it can be special summoned, so if you summon Plague Spreader right after, you go for the Black Rose. Dark Armed, because getting 3 darks in the grave is no problem, not with the graveyard manipulation, and blows up a card by removing from play a dark monster, and it's not a once per turn effect, which makes it really good. Gores, because he can stop OTKs, and also he can give you a nice big beater. If machines are swinging with limiter removal and you have a lot of life points, you could probably get a 5100 attacker out on the field. Tragodia, he's cool if you have 5 cards in your hand because that's 3,000. 4 cards is also pretty good with 2,400. His other effects are pretty cool too, like you could discard 1 card to take a monster from your opponent with that same level, and he can also copy one of your monsters in the graves levels, and you can sync with Plague Spreader for synchroing fun. Zombie Master times 2, because he can revive a zombie monster in the grave, or you can special summon 1 zombie from your hand. So pitch Plague Spreader, summon Plague Spreader, sync instantly, then revive Plague Spreader, sync again. Raikou Light's one Hunter, because he's nice destruction, he's light, which is cool, and you mill 3. So you get those lights and darks in the grave pretty quickly. Goblin Zombie, because when it's sent to the graveyard, by any means, you get a 1200 less defense zombie from your deck to your hand. So that gives you a pretty good card advantage, especially when you're syncing with it. Sangan, almost the same thing as Goblin Zombie, except it's level 3. And it does 1500 less attack from your deck to your hand. There's a lot of targets in this deck that Goblin Zombie can't hit, that Sangan can, because they're not zombie. Mizuki, remove from play for basically an instant Book of Life. Special summon a zombie. Pretty cool. Especially reviving your Beat 6 or Plague Spreaders. Spirit Reaper, because it can be a defensive wall. It can also pitch stuff from your opponent's hand, so it gives you nice card advantage there. Pyramid Turtle summons any zombie from the deck when it's destroyed by battle. If it's destroyed by any other means, though, it doesn't get it, which kind of sucks, but what are you going to do? Plague Spreader, I've already talked about him a lot. His effect is pretty boss, but the fact that he's a dark level 2 zombie makes him pretty cool too. Effect Veiler, light tuner, that can negate one of your opponent's monster's effect, so if they try to Shien your Torrential Tribute, you can negate it. You can also use it on Black Rose as a nice block. Blackwing Gale the Whirlwind, dark level 3 tuner, really nice card to have, because he can shrink one of your opponent's monsters permanently, and you can also tune with him. Nice. Zombie World stops Monarchs, stops Gravekeepers because it destroys Necro Valley just by activating it. And also it adds a lot more targets for Zombie Master, especially since you could take one of your opponent's monsters, which is really cool. And also, you can, with Mizuki as well, summon any monster in your grave. Nice. Just like Book of Life, Mizuki with a DD Crow attached. Monster Reborn, special summons any monster from either graveyard with no strings attached. Really cool. Mystical Space Typhoon destroys a spell or trap card on the field, so stop your opponent's traps or destroy the monster equipped to Call of the Haunted. Creature Swap, give him one of your searchers or Malevolent Mech to blow it up for 2400, or you attack into one of the searchers and you get a nice zombie. You get your nice Malevolent Mech right out and attack them with it. Mean card, very mean. Good in desperate situations as well. Foolish Burial, add those Mizukis or Plague Spreaders right to the grave. Burial from a different dimension, reuses Plague Spreaders or Mizukis. Dark Hole kills all monsters on the field, very useful. Mirror Force, a little more tricky card because it punishes those overextenders. Torrential Tribute does the same thing as Mirror Force, except if they try to Scrap Dragon it, then you can still blow it up. Solemn Judgment stops their huge plays that they're trying to take you out with. Call of the Haunted can revive one of your monsters, so revive one of your tuners or something like that for a nice synchro, but unfortunately it stays on the field and annoys you, which is unfortunate. Dimensional Prison. Remove a monster from play. It doesn't go to the grave, which is really useful, so they can't reuse it, really. Unless you hit Survivor with it, but if you're hitting Survivor with Prison, what are you on? Revive King Hades and Doom Kaiser Dragon. One of them can stop Raikos and Tengus and all those annoying stuff, and Doom Kaiser can revive one of your opponent's monsters as long as you have Zombie World out, so both are pretty deadly. I like the Hades more, though. Black Rose blows up the field, and you can Mizuki after. Red Dragon Archfiend and Stardust. Stardust stops destruction. Red Dragon Archfiend causes destruction. And Red Dragon Archfiend, you can also blow up your own Goblin Zombie for a nice search. Gaia Knight, the Force of the Earth, stops Shien with Brute Force. Pretty useful. And I don't have a Brio. Frozen Fitzgerald, Raiko, and Gil the Whirlwind make him. And I get him out more often than you'd think. I get him out more than 100 Eyes. And he's pretty useful because when you attack with him, you can't be prisoned. Cool card. 100 Eyes. Once again, I already talked about Tragodia and Plague Spreader. He's pretty useful if you can get him out, but I don't get him out much. Red Nova Dragon, because I can summon Red Dragon Archfiend, and then Blackwing Gil the Whirlwind and Effect Veiler. And those are the cards I'm looking for. Let me go over my side deck a little bit too. I don't have pictures of the cards, but I'll go over them. I run Chaos Hunters because it can stop my opponent's remove from play cards, but it doesn't stop mine. Summon Limit, because I don't summon too often, not as often as these top tier decks, so Summon Limit can be very useful. A pair of Divine Wraths to stop like annoying stuff like Shien or any ignition effects or trigger effects or anything. A pair of Vanity's Fiend. It's like an oppression, except it's dark. A pair of Kinetic Soldiers stops Sams. 3 Dust Tornadoes stops Stall. Maxi and Shiny Black Sea punishes extenders. And a pair of Magnetic Mosquitoes to combat Karakuris and Chimeratech OTK. Oh, that's about it for my deck. Rate, comment, subscribe, and also subscribe to kaiba1234. Check out my blog at tinyurl.com/kaiba1234xd. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you later.